Hello, I'm Rick Stivers of YoungMartin'sReels, and today is just a quick presentation and an experiment. Ed has been suggesting that I might do something more with the lighting. Well, if you look around, you will see that I already have lots and lots of lights. But what's happening is that all this light is being radiated down onto this tray, and then my camera is adjusting for that light. And when it does, that makes all the things that are dark much darker because it's adjusting for that super bright light. So what I'm going to be doing is my disassemblies and my cleanings are going to be done with the pan as normal. But when I go to assemble, I plan to use a black cloth on my background. And if this works out well, then what I'm going to do is I will purchase some off Amazon. And now with that like that, look how much brighter that black reel is. Okay. I can't afford to have a whole bunch of, keep a bunch of black cloths to use all the time for the disassembly. But when I go to assemble and things can be clean, then yes, I can do it that way. So what we're going to do is that's how it's going to work. So I think it's going to work out fine. Anyway, I wanted to introduce you guys to some reels that Ken brought by and dropped off with me. One is this Okuma Classic Pro 452. And when he brought this reel in, my first thought was that the reel was inoperative. Because as you wind it, nothing happened. Okay? And then I realized after he had, and I told him, I said, I think your reel's probably toast. I said, it sounds like a gear's messed up. Well, hey, dummy, tighten your drag down. And now, hey, guess what? It works. It's tight. That's why I wouldn't spin, because it needs to be greased. It is tight. It needs a full cleaning, but I think this reel's going to work fine. So this is one of my future projects. I'll set it over to the side. We will pick up next reel that he brought me. And this one, well, let's leave that one over to the side for just a moment, and let's get this one first. This one he actually gifted me for the work I've been doing for him. It is a Daiwa GS-90 3-ball bearing reel, and this thing is an absolute beast. It may be the heaviest reel that I've ever possessed, and this is one we're going to do. It's a nice reel. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a restoration on this. It's got a lot of saltwater corrosion, so I think I'm going to walnut blast all of this off and repaint this gold paint. I think I can do a nice job on this and make it look pretty good again. The only thing I can't do is this gold chrome in here. I can't do anything about that, but that's okay. We really want to make it good, solid, and functional again. And it's tight. It really is. But that's a big, nice, heavy reel. Anyway, along with that one, and this one he did not gift me, this one he will be putting out for sale on eBay, is this JC Higgins 945. And Chris Jenkins seems to think that this is basically the same as the, I think it was the Daiwa 6000C, I think it was, or 7000C. He thinks that this is the same as that reel. And it is a very nice reel, and this thing is just as smooth as glass. It's a little bit tight, but what does work is very smooth. So we're going to be doing this one. Okay. Next reel he brought me is this little guy, and this is also a JC Higgins reel, and it's super open. It spins very freely, but it just feels a little loose inside. So I think it just really needs to be tightened just a little bit, and a good cleaning and some lubrication, and this is going to be a really nice reel. And but it sounds a little loud, and that's because there's no grease in it. I think somebody cleaned all the grease out, either that or it all dried out and left it. So that one we're going to be doing in the future. This one is really really interesting. These little reels, they're so simple. There's not much to them. But this particular one is a Paul Bunyan. It's got a little picture of Paul Bunyan on it. It's the Model 100 Paul Bunyan, and I've never seen that reel before. And apparently Ken looked them up, and they're pretty collectible. So he wants me to go through this one, get it cleaned up. I've got to work on this handle because both of these handles are frozen. Neither one will turn, the knobs. So I'm going to be shooting some WD-40 on those and letting them soak, and hopefully they're going to break loose and start spinning again. But aside from that, this reel seems to work. It's a little tight because it needs to be lubricated, but this is a very simple reel. It won't be a very long video. Okay. Oh, that one belonged to me. I put Ken's name on it. That one's mine to begin with. All right, next is this Ocean City 112, and this one he brought it, and I'm showing it to you guys because it's locked up. It doesn't move, and I may do I just got to move just a little bit, but I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to strip out anything, strip the gears, and yeah, there we go. Clicker will work. This one I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag. I'm gonna spray it with WD-40 and let it soak. And it's amazing sometimes. You take one of these reels that won't move at all and spray it down with WD-40 and let it soak in a plastic bag for about a month. And man, they just loosen right up and come right apart real easy. So this is a nice reel, and I'd like to do the best I can by it. So I've already done the Ocean City 112, but I might do a short on this one just to show you how it comes apart and gets fixed up. All right. Then I have this one, and this is a really nice reel. This is a Gamefish 140, and it is a really nice reel. Seems to be anyway. I mean, it's high quality parts all the way along. It's missing the bushing and adjuster off the end with the spring and everything. And I've got like 30 of those things sitting in a box down there, all different sizes, and none of them fit this. So I looked on eBay. This reel doesn't hardly seem to exist. I will probably do the video on this, taking it apart, showing you how to service it. But in the end, it's not going to be a completed reel, and it's going to go back to Ken to be sold as parts. And because I don't know where we'd ever find that part. But we'll still do the video on it in case somebody out there has one and would like to know how it's done. So there's that one. And last but not least, he brought me this little eagle claw. And this is a model ECA eagle claw, made in the USA. It's made a product of Wright McGill Company, and it doesn't turn either. So it looks a lot like, hang on just a second. It looks a lot like this Shakespeare I have, doesn't it? I mean, the shape of this body right here portion is a little bit different, but aside from that, they kind of look like the same reel. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be doing this eagle claw. So these are upcoming videos, and I'm telling you what's going on with the black background, and hopefully, Ed, that's going to fix our problem. We're not going to have videos with fishing reels that you can't see anymore. But my next reel is being done by special request by Chris Jenkins. He asked me to do my Larchmont model, I think it's a model 312, and I'm going to do the video on that today, and then maybe I'll move on into the rest of these and get them done. But I've got a lot of work here. So, and if you think that's a lot, I have those shelves. I have this drawer. This drawer. This drawer. This drawer. This drawer. This drawer. This bag. And then 2 large boxes downstairs. And then I think I've got 5 small boxes downstairs full of reels left to do. So I've got plenty of projects to be doing. And so for now, that's Rick Stivers with Young Martin's Reels, signing out.